Hi, it's the No Brainer Brainer, and the last time where I left off is where we were talking about gravity, and well, we finished with jumping and left and right. Now I'm going to show you how to do all this. I'm going to delete all of this so I can show you. You know what? Dang it. I'm going to need these, so help this. So I'm just going to move these words. Wait. Okay, so I'm going to delete these words, delete everything, except for gravity. So we can move left and right because of these two. See? Perfect. Nothing's wrong. But if you want it to go even farther and you want them to be like super jump or super fast, all you need to do is get when, say, right arrow is clicked, change X, because X-axis is horizontal and right and up are positive numbers and left and down are negative numbers. So I can copy, duplicate, left arrow, and then change X by negative 10. So now, why isn't this working? Okay, hello. Let's see. Apparently it won't work because of, oh, see, look, okay, so it's moving up and down. You see, when I was trying to get this to, like, go, I forgot about, see, look, so with the arrows, you can move a little farther. So I'm going to keep those for now, because I just love them. I was forgetting about when green flag clicked. You always, so you would get when green flag clicked, go to motion, go to, then get the drop down arrow, and click start or whatever you named your start button, or your start position sprite. And if you don't know how to make one of these sprites, all you need to do is click on paint a new sprite. And then say I wanted this to be my end, maybe. And then I can change the color by just clicking around. But in this case, I just want it. And you can't move it by clicking on the text. You have to move it by this black box. And if you're on black, when you see this glove or hand thing, then you know you have it. So that's how you would create a sprite for that, and you can move it around. But the bad thing about sprites is they're going to be in the same place every time. So I'm going to delete this sprite because I don't want it. So I'm going to go back to my main character script. So now, if, say, the candy cane's all the way over here, it will start back at this start button, which I made pretty invisible. It's just that red square. I don't want it to be too visible because it might, it will just look weird, in my opinion. Now, as I showed you earlier, I was saying things in the beginning, so I'm going to teach you how to do that. You're going to go to looks, and then there will be switch costume, blah blah blah, costume number, and then there's say hello for 2 seconds, say hello, blah blah blah. You want say hello for 2 seconds. You can change the hello by clicking on it and just typing. So, help. The who bought me. Drop the whole batch. Dropped a whole batch of us. So instead of me, I might say, instead of me, I'll put bought, the person who bought us. We are a batch of candy canes. And since I can't see it, all I need to do is this. Candy canes. Make sure you're not highlighting everything. Candy canes dropped a whole batch of us. Drop the whole, not since correct grammar. And then you can change for this time. Since it's going to take a while, I'll say 5 seconds. Then now I want them to say something else. Help us make it back to their house in time for Christmas. Where it was. Christmas. So I will make sure this is right. And then that will be for 3.4 seconds. And then I'm going to say to jump. When you're making a game, you always want to inform the person how to move, and you want that to be after the problem and how to solve the problem. To jump, press the space. If you don't really have a goal but to finish the game in your game, you don't have to, you can put this first instead of the problem bar. To move, use the left and right arrows. Now I want to say something else. I want to say, there you can figure the rest of the moves as we go. But we gotta get moving. So that is how you speak with the speech bubble. And I'm going to change this to 3.5 and this to 3.8. I like making a certain time, so help us make it back in time for Christmas. To jump, press the space bar. To move, use the left and right arrows. Oops. See, you can see that was too long. So you have to lengthen it, because I couldn't read that. So maybe 4 seconds. Help, the person who bought us your batch of candy canes dropped the whole batch of us. Help us make it back to their house in time for Christmas. To jump, press the space bar. To move, use the left and right arrows. You can figure the rest of the moves as we go, but we gotta get moving. So that's about right if you're reading this in your head and not saying it out loud. Because when you're saying it out loud, it gets, well, kind of difficult to say it because you're all out of breath. When you want to, this you shouldn't use because it doesn't give you the think time. What should I do? Well, I'm gonna take these out. I just want to show you what these are. Should I do? So after it talks and talks and talks and talks, it will think in bubbles instead of speech bubbles. And then you can figure the rest out. Okay. See? What should I do? See, it's gonna be think, like in bubbles, but I don't want those right now. So, as I said, there are special moves, and I'll tell you how to do those. So, for me, when you press the down arrow, I have two different costumes. One's called the Squish, and what I did is I just made this, I made it's red, sort of Squish version with white lines on it. And I need to make sure, there. So, I'm called that Squish CC1, which stands for Candy Cane 1. Regular Candy Cane 1 is there. When down arrow key is pressed, we are going to looks again, and we're going to switch costume to Squish CC1. And then we're going to duplicate. Move this up, I want to make room. Instead of down, we'll do up. Instead of Squish, we'll do regular, which is just the regular one. I need to make it so it always starts off with the regular candy cane one, because I don't want them to be like, that's not a candy cane. So see, I can shrink and then grow back, but I am caught in the ground. So I might not use that for everything, not make them use it for everything. The weird thing about gravity is it doesn't work exactly the same for everybody. Even though they're exactly the same script, the gravity always works differently. Now that we have all of this, I'm going to show you how to change levels in the next video. Dun dun dun!